Good day, chaps. Gabe here, and welcome to Serious Time with Gabe, where the herp is derp and the derp get derper. Today I'm more inclined to talk about something everyone has, though people do like to deny that they have them: egos. Now, ego is synonymous with two origins: the Freudian ego, the conscious or morality, and the egotistic ego, which is basically arrogant, selfish, thick-headed, listen to no one but yourself. Everyone has some sort of ego, even if you call yourself humble and may act upon it. You cannot not have an ego unless you were a slave that every thought you had was controlled by your master. Then again, I'm not so sure about that either. People take pride in their egos and give it names like morals, the Lord's word, standing up for what's right, standing for justice, freedom, liberty. I am trying to be serious, yes. Now, it's nothing to be shunned about on its own. I mean, without them, we'd probably be in a world where life is short, nasty, and brutish. My school day in a nutshell. No, we are not. We're going to stay on course. But allow me to talk about the first time I went crazy. Not insane, but crazy. It had been around 2 years ago in the fall. I was put under so much stress after months and months of work. And one day, late at night, that was when my mind snapped in two. I was hysterical! Nothing made sense! Everything I knew was wrong or had to be questioned. For hours I laid crying in hysteria. And that was the first time I got rid of my ego. It was the point at which standards I had to meet in the past meant absolutely diddly squat to me now. I stopped thinking like a stuck-up elite asshole, and I came to understand I was as equal as every other Mo on the block. What I see ego as, by what is right and what is wrong, is a necessary tunnel vision we see through in order to keep our minds in place. You have a dark area on the outer rim, a blurred gray area in between, and then the white in the middle. But let's say you've had that tunnel vision for all your life and never questioned the reality of things. How do you go on differentiating the different shades of gray? Aren't white and black extreme shades of gray? What if there were no colors at all? If you unquestionably copy everything that has been told to you by tradition or your parents' beliefs, it's like you're living in a whole nother world. But let's get back to the story. Now, of course, after a few hours, I came back to my senses and went on with my life, and I acted like I always had, maybe a bit chipper. To sum it up, egos are people's greatest strengths, but in the bigger picture, overall weaknesses that restrain people from their potential. Now, when it comes to people being arrogant, parochial, people that feel the need to be disgusted just because they're supposed to feel that way, let's say Glenn. This is the second time I mention him in a row now. Whatever. Sure, I hate the guy's guts, and I know he's a selfish bastard. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to go bashing him or stay silent if I were ever forced into a situation where I had to speak with him. In fact, I might even just small talk to him with a devious smile like most of the people I don't want to be talking to. And that there is probably what makes me different from a lot of other things from most others. I'm able to put myself in a situation and look at it from 40 million light years away. I'm actually able to put my ego away momentarily and handle the situation from there. How I handle the situation? Well, I'd have to rip a page out of my psychology class in order to explain that, but that's something else altogether now. Look, I take the word of my friends the same way I take the word of my enemies, or just people who don't like me all so much. And I say it once more. Having an ego is nothing to be ashamed of. It's natural. Everybody's got it. But sometimes You must learn to throw away all reference and inference to the point where you can explain reality to yourself. Whew, that's about it. I'm Gabe, and thanks for your feedback.